Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Warren Show. It is that time of the week. What time of that week it is the new comic book review day. That's 3 to 4 days removed. Majority of you already know what came out this week, or what didn't come out. This week was a very light week, super light week. Normally, the new comics come out on Wednesdays, which is great. Problem is, sometimes I cannot get off of work in time to pick up my books. Now, my comic book store, they're open till 10 o'clock every day. But the thing is, they don't carry DC comic books. So, if there's anything from DC that I want to pick up, I can't get it from them. So there's two other stores that I have to go to. They both close at 7. Now, the thing is that my store is down the street from my gym. And the other two stores, there's heavy traffic, especially during Monday through Fridays. So I might sometimes get off of work at like 5:30. Technically get to my house around 6, but technically almost to get to the stores like 6:45. Especially if I'm missing something. And then again, trying to get there, find a place to park, it's kind of a hassle. And then again, especially since last couple of Wednesdays, I've been stuck to work till almost 6 o'clock. So Saturday is when I usually pick up my books. Now, I had Pizza Hut for dinner. Oh man. Having 3 slices of pan pizza and a stick of bread. A breadstick. Yeah. It's so good, but I'm going to pay for it later. But anyway. Today is the 8th. When you see this, it will be the 8th or later. And the thing is that the first week in May is, in my opinion, one of the worst days for me to pick up my books because it's free comic book day. That's the day when all the comic book stores have free comic books for people to pick up. Some stores have sales. And so what happens is a lot of freeloaders come in and pick up comic books. Now, I really shouldn't call them freeloaders, but then again, the reason why I say that is because of the fact that 80% of those people only go there when it's free comic book day, and that's it. Or maybe around Christmas time when they need to pick up some gifts. Every store I usually go to is crowded. But every time when I go there, they're not crowded. It's kind of like the same thing where Marvel's like, we make these movies, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we make these movies and these TV shows, and guess what? People will buy our comics. But comic book sales are just the same as always. There's no big influx. So what happened was my original plan was get up around about 9 o'clock, eat breakfast, get to the gym around about 10-ish, get off about 11. My store opens up at 11:30. Other stores open up at 11, and I say I'd be able to get to it. Because the last time I was there, I was technically in my store for an hour and a half because the line was so long. And the other stores, maybe about almost an hour apiece because the lines were so long trying to get in and out and everything else. Yeah, so, as far be it from me, today was one of those lazy days where My intention was to get to the gym at like 9 to 10 at the latest. I didn't get there till almost 2. So naturally, when I went to pick up my books and stuff, I had a very easy time getting there, getting in and getting out. Problem is, a lot of the books were gone. A lot of the Free Comic Book Day books were gone. Some stores, you get 3 books and that's it, which is great. My store, they did it smart for a change. You get 1 free book and that's it. If you sign up for a pull box, you get another free book. If you refer a friend to sign up for a pull box, that's 3 free comics. Or if you spend, for every increments of $50 you spend, you get a free comic. Unfortunately, today was a very light week. Otherwise, I could have picked up 2 free comics from my store. But I have a feeling that if I go there on Sunday or Monday, they're probably just going to give them away. Hopefully. So I went there. Not much went on. I was able to get 1 free book because I only had 2 books in my pull box this week. Only 2. Yeah. I didn't feel like searching around for $50 to get another free book. I really didn't feel like doing it. Even though there's 1 free book that I wanted was the TMNT book. I really wanted that one because it mimicked the TMT number 1. So I might just go there after I get off of the gym Sunday or today. If you're watching it on Sunday, I might try to get there today to try to pick up another free book or 2. But I won't do a video on it. But anyway. So then I went to my backup store, which if there was any DC's books that was coming out, and there was like 1. I'm like, okay. But they always have a sale on Free Comic Book Day, so I'm like, okay. Picked up some stuff there, and which I'll show you then. Then I went to my 3rd super backup store, and technically majority they give you 5 free books, majority of everything was gone. So hey, that's what happens when you get there late. But anyway, so without further ado, let me show you what I got, which isn't much. The first thing I thought was interesting was the Guides to Comic Book Collecting from the Overstreet Guide. Now, the Overstreet Guide is technically one of the premier publications that tell you what comic books are worth. They tell you what comic books are worth, but the thing is that majority of people look at what they sell off of eBay or Amazon to figure out the true worth of it. Oh well. So I picked up Batman the World, which is kind of neat. Spawn. Now some of these, for example, some stores had stuff from last year or 2 years ago they're still trying to get rid of. It's kind of funny. Remember, was it a year or 2 ago, the free Amazing Spider-Man one, which had that Venom or Carnage backup story? They had those there. So it's like they don't just sell them throughout the year. They just, okay. Street Fighter Masters. Okay. Dark Crisis. Picked up another Dark Crisis. I forgot what I bought. I got one. One of the ones I was looking for is Judgment Day. And the other one I was looking for was Spider-Man and Venom. The one DC book I bought this week was Hardware number 5. Out of the Milestone, this is the worst one in my opinion. It's like an Iron Man story with corruption. It went south quick. The next set of books I bought. What the hell? Oh, the next set of books I bought was Giant Size X-Men number one. Now, the reason why I bought this one was that this is supposed to be a story by Nyla Rose, who is a Native American transgendered wrestler. When I heard about her doing this, I was like, gotta pick this up. Not because she's transgender, because she's Native American. So I want to see if she throws a lot of Native American stuff and culture into this book. Now, to tell you the truth, if you talk about the wokeness of comic books these days, where people are throwing in cultural references and stuff like that, and I look up and it's like, well, Thunderbird, he's Native American. So if I don't see any kind of Native American junk in it with around him, I think something's wrong. Far be it from me, but some people said that she only got this gig because she's a wrestler and a comic book fan. I'm like, I look up and it's like, maybe her story is better than some of the other people's. Like, for example, Alyssa Wong writing some Asian characters. I'm like, she's Asian. She might have a big leg up on certain people than other people. Like Milestone, all black writers and black creators. Nothing wrong with that, because who can technically tell a black experience story than a black person? That's the theory, but practice, yeah, sometimes it works. Radiant Black. I thought this was actually over, but I guess not. Kind of like that aping that Wolverine. Was it no the Hulk 342 with Wolverine and Hulk in the silhouette reflection? Star Wars 23, and last but not least, Spider-Man 20,000 to 2099 Exodus. Now, that's for the comic books. What did I get? Well, from one store, I got America Chavez from the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. The fun thing is, I saw her at Walmart one day. She was the only one at Walmart. It was the last one at Walmart. I saw it at Walmart. Now, the funny thing is, these figures supposedly came out in around late January, early February. Now, when I was checking out Walmarts and stuff like that, I didn't find it. Couldn't find it for the life of me. Ooh. But, see the price, 24. See, when I went back to that Walmart that later on that day, she was gone for $20. So now I'm stuck paying the higher price. That's the one thing about like a lot of these figures. When they first come out, they're at the stores. So if you're into that, you gotta buy them when you can. Otherwise, you have to pay. Like for example, you pay them at the comic book store. There's a markup because they had to make money too. But that's fine. And it's kind of cool on the back. She's like a very unique character. Her comic book sucked, but that's okay. I was watching this one channel called Foosh, MCU Collector, and Foosh, or something like that. And they basically take toys like this, take them out, show you articulation and everything. So you can see all the articulation and everything. And they tell you whether they think it's a good figure or not. It's kind of funny how people buy these and just do that. But then again, if it wasn't for that, at first I was going to pass on it until I saw the video on this, and I said, I'm going to have to if I find this, I'm going to have to get it. And so I did. Then when I heard about this character, I said, ooh, in the 90s, this character was very unique. Very, very unique and very cool at the same time. They made a figure out of them. Now the problem is, it's in the same Doctor Strange wave, But the thing is, he's not in the movie. And this is one of the coolest, unique characters that I've seen in the past 20 some years. Very cool. Sleepwalker. The premise for Sleepwalker, he only comes out. He's tied to. He's from an alien from a different dimension. Somehow tied to a kid, which I can't remember why. But when the kid goes to sleep, he can come out and fight crime. Unique. So it's kind of cool. It's like, oh, because I always liked Sleepwalker. So hey, why not? Last but not least, this is one character. This is one that I was looking for, and I found it one time. One time I found it, and I said, you know what? I'll pick it up next time. But remember what I said about 5 or 6 minutes ago? When you see stuff like this, you gotta pick it up right away, otherwise, it could be gone. And then what happened was one of my other channels called My Damn Toys. He basically does wrestling figures, but he does some Marvel Legends. He does some Marvel Legends now, and he keeps saying that he's been looking for this. And I was like, huh? Then he found it. Now, fun thing is, I have only found it one time, and that was at a comic book store. I never found it in the wild, so to speak. But when I went to my store, and I usually buy figures from him. And the funny thing, he had the same old stuff, and I was like, I asked him, do you have anything else? He goes, oh, I got stuff in the warehouse, but I don't feel like, I only feel like bringing out a little bit at a time. So if people buy some stuff, then I'll take some stuff out and replenish it. I was like, well, what if I told you if I'm looking for certain things, can you, if you have it? He goes, and he really didn't want to kind of do that, but I'm like, okay, fine, no problem. Then he says to me, this he said to me last week, I tell you what, come by. Free comic book day, stop by. There's going to be some new figures out. I'm like, oh, good. So naturally I went in there, hey, how's it going? Oh, okay, cool. And then I looked up, I said, oh, I've been looking for this for a while. So I bought it. Spider-Man the Integrated Suit from No Way Home. I don't mind. Now the thing is, the $26. Yeah, it's a little bit. The markup is a little bit higher, but since this was part of the, since these two were part of the same sale today at this store, it was like $5 off. So I got it for 20-some bucks. So that was awesome. Next week, if I found this, full price. This one at the other store, there was a sale there too, so I got like maybe $3 off of this. So I'm like, okay. So the markup, it's not that bad, but hey, what can you say? And there we go. The Warren Show. If you know that reference, well, not the Warren Show, but if you know this reference, then you're cool beans. But anyway, with that being said, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you like, share this video with other people. Share it with your family, friends and enemies too, and your fiends. Show it to the hoes on the corner. God dang. Whoa. Ooh. I can tell you one thing. I had one good day. I want to say thank you very much for watching this, spending some part of your day watching me talk about stuff that I like. And yes, you probably noticed that my collection is getting a little bit too big. What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a bin, and it's like a plastic bin, and take some of these legends and figures off the wall, store them, and then have newer stuff out there. And because sometimes it gets kind of old looking at the same stuff, so want to look at some new stuff every now and then, make it look like it's something different. But anyway, with that being said, thank you very much again. I'm very humbled that you spent some of your time watching this and listening to me talk. If you like this content, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. Leave me some hate mail. Leave me some love mail. Leave me some positive messages. Oh gosh. Ooh. You would think I was drinking, but I'm not. I'm totally sober. Oh gosh. But anyway, what's coming up? Next weekend on the 13th is the Motor City Comic Con. And technic truth, I know I promise this all the time, but I'm going to try to film some stuff while I'm there. I'm going to try to film some stuff. Hopefully it might be some shorts, but I'm going to try to film some stuff there. Taylor Made Man is going to make an appearance sometime. Maybe. I know he's going to be there with me, but whether or not I include him in my video or not, that's something I had to think about. But other than that, I'm going to have some good fun and buy a whole bunch of stuff. And I also got to pick up my regular comic books at the same time too. So I'm going to have to try to figure out to do this. I might have to take, I know I got that Friday and I got that Monday off, so I could take a day off from the con. But Wednesday I'm going to try to finagle so I can pick up my books so I don't have to worry about it. But anyway, with that being said, thank you humbly again for watching. And I'll see you very soon.